Hey guys, this video was supposed to be called If You Hate Nesta Archeron, You're Wrong, but then I started doing some research into her character. I started rereading the books, and then I realized if you hate Nesta Archeron, you're absolutely right. You're not wrong at all. She sucks. She is a really bad person. She does not care about Feyre at all. She doesn't care about anything or anyone except for Elain, literally. She is so rude for no reason. She is so mean. She's just the worst person ever. But I love her. Sis, she is my child. She's my baby. I love her. Sis is a bad person, but she's a beautiful character. She's one of Sarah J. Maas's best characters ever. I went on Tumblr and I found a bunch of anti-Nesta posts, and I was shook. Like, there's a whole community. There are accounts made to hate on Nesta, and I was shook. So I'm gonna be reading those comments defending Nesta while also admitting that she's a terrible person. But just because she's a terrible person doesn't mean that she's a terrible character. She is one of the best characters ever written. I love her. I honestly don't really know where I'm going with this video, because as much as I want to defend Nesta, I acknowledge that she's a terrible person. I know that, so I don't want to defend her. I don't want to say I'm not trying to defend her, because I kind of am, but I know and I acknowledge that she sucks. I know that. I'm just saying, there's more to it than her just sucking and being terrible and mean to Feyre. Okay, so one of the problems that the fandom, the anti-Nesta fandom, has with Nesta is the fact that she let her youngest sister, Feyre, literally find food for them, for the whole family, while Nesta, the oldest, just does nothing. She just buys things with the money Feyre earns and doesn't really do anything to help out the family. And she's terrible for doing that. I totally agree. But the only reason she does that is because she is waiting for them to be so bad, so poor, so starving that her dad has to do something about it. She really wants her dad to care about the family and to actually do some work, except for just carving wood and barely earning money out of it. And obviously that's not a good excuse, but I understand where she's coming from. The dad literally kind of gave up on them and is letting Feyre do everything. And sure, I get that he's crippled, but Nesta just wants to see him do something. Okay? Nesta doesn't see this whole scenario as it being her responsibility to help the family. She sees it as her dad's responsibility, and that's why she's not taking the leadership in the family and finding food, etc. Which I get. As much as it sucks, as much as she's making Feyre do everything, I can get where she's coming from. Dear anti-Nestas, you have to understand that she's much more 3D than being oh, I'm so lazy to help, I'm just gonna make Feyre do everything. It's so much more than that. Now, can we talk about her PTSD in Akofas? It angers me so much how everyone just neglects how much she needs help. Okay, I see them trying to help her, Cassian and Feyre, and she kind of just shuts everyone out. But because of that, they have a right to exile her out of Phalaris. Okay, yeah, they have the right, because Rhys owns the place, but it's just not right. When Feyre had PTSD, everyone cared about her. Rhys, Cassian, Azriel, they all treated her so well, because they knew she was going through a lot. But when Nesta is going through a lot, why does no one care? Literally no one cares about Nesta. She hates Faye so much. She hates them, and she's forced to become one. Everyone she loves, well, yeah, kind of. Everyone she loves is now a Faye. She doesn't know how to deal with that. She's going through so much. She just lost her dad. I'm talking about A Court of Frost and Starlight. She is so depressed. She has PTSD. Literally, she cannot listen to the sound of fire, crackling, or whatever the word is for fire, because it sounds like the sound of bones breaking in the war. But she has PTSD and no one gets it. Everyone is just inviting her to come to parties and to come to this get-together and just have fun, and she's going through things. She can't do that. And then Feyre literally says, if you come to the solstice thing, what's it called? I'll write it here. if you come to this thing, I'll give you money for your rent. And then Feyre is kind of like not okay with the fact that Nesta came to the thing just for money. Sis has no income. Nesta has no income. She has to take this money. Nesta does not want to come to this little get together at all because she's so depressed that she doesn't want to see anyone. She just wants to be in her own little bubble and she needs time to heal. And no one cares about that. They're just like, come to this party, spend time with us even though you don't want to, even though you need time by yourself. Like, you're not allowed. You have to come to this party or else I'm not going to give you any money to live. That is just not okay. Like, everyone understood Feyre's PTSD and no one cares about Nesta at all. Even Cassian, he ignored her at the whole party. Didn't even talk to her. He didn't even give his present to her when they were all exchanging presents. No one got anything for Nesta. No one got anything for my baby. And she was just there with like no gifts. And that is so sad. And then she goes home to this place alone. Ugly place too. And I just feel so bad for her. I just feel so bad for her. Okay, now I'm gonna bring Elain into this because I don't understand how people can hate Nesta and not hate Elain. Firstly, Elain didn't help Feyre at all. She didn't help Feyre find food. Even though she's older than Feyre, she spent Feyre's money that Feyre earned on like luxuries too. It wasn't just Nesta, and no one hates Elain. I don't like her. She's one of my least favorite characters ever. When Feyre disappeared into, the fairy world, Elain did nothing at all. Nesta, at least, I think she said like she tried to find someone who would go look for her or something, like at the wall. Nesta tried something, I don't remember what it was. But Elain didn't even like try anything. Elain just stayed home with her little flowers and planting gardens. Like, why do people not hate Elain? Sure, like she's not as outspoken as Nesta, she's not rude like Nesta, but actions speak louder than words, and Elain didn't help Feyre or help with anything at all. She just kind of sits there and waits for everything to be taken care of. And just mourns over this one guy that doesn't even care about her. The dad also never tried looking for Feyre. No one did. At least Nesta, like, thought of doing it or did something. But, like, not the dad, not Elain. Just because Nesta is verbally more rude doesn't mean she's not the only one that sucks. So I'm on this Tumblr anti-Nesta like thing, and someone just said, just know I'm anti-Nesta if you're interested in following back. I just don't get anti-Nestas. Like, I get people who acknowledge that she sucks and that she's a terrible person, but to be completely anti her and not even try to understand why she's like that. Also, like, I really don't understand why Nesta cares about Elain so much, but doesn't care about Feyre. Just because Elain is this, like, soft girl. I think Nesta is jealous of Feyre because she wants to be like Feyre. She wants to help out her family like Feyre does, but she has too much pride to do that. And because of that, she hates Feyre because Feyre is what she wants to be but can't let herself be. That's probably why she's mean to Feyre, which that's not an excuse at all. You can't, like, be mean to someone just because you're jealous of them. Like, Feyre said herself, like, me and Nesta are two sides of the same coin. Because Feyre is, like, the good, and then Nesta is, like, the bad. But they're, like, the same coin. And honestly, you can't say that reason Feyre exiled Nesta out of Velaris because she's being abusive or because she's being mean. Because she doesn't even want to associate with them. She just wants to be by herself. And they won't even let her do that. Just leave my girl alone. give her time to heal rather than kick her out and literally make her even more depressed, because now she's gonna be in the next book, she's gonna be in this new place with new people. My girl just needs time to heal, and they're like exiling her to the Illyrian mountains. Literally just no one understands her, and I feel so bad for her. Like, as much as she's terrible, like I acknowledge she's terrible, like I don't know how many times I have to say it, but I just feel so bad. I'm gonna read out this paragraph on the anti-Nesta post. What Nesta did to Feyre was abuse. True. She gave Feyre incredibly low self-esteem and caused her to believe she was worthless. True. Nesta not only verbally abused Feyre, but also slut-shamed her. True. Nesta never apologized for anything she did to Feyre. True. When I joined the fandom, I was shocked to see how many people liked Nesta. True. She doesn't really have any redeemable qualities. True. She's abusive, ungrateful, and lazy. True. She had a couple good moments in the series. True. But overall, not a good character. False. Not true. She's an amazing character. Like, I will disagree with that part, but I agree with the rest. The exact words were, but overall not a good character. You don't have to be a good person to be a good character, and what I like and why I think Nesta is a good character is because she's so realistic and she is so 3D, unlike a lot of good characters that are just not realistic. Like, going through what Nesta did, I would understand for her to be that way. So do I think she's a good character? I think she's a great character, and that's where this paragraph is wrong. You really don't have to be a good person to be a good character. We love villains who have reasons for the way they do things. We don't love her because she's good. We love her because she's bad and she's complex and she's realistic. Someone said, what I think is funny is that if Nesta were a man, Nesta would be hated more than Tamlin. Yes, I think that's true. Nesta would be hated more than Tamlin. But even I find Tamlin an interesting character. I literally planned out this whole video on talking about Tamlin that I never, filmed. But Tamlin is a great character. He's so complex. Tamlin's a great character. It doesn't mean he's a great person. And then there's this photo. I don't know. You know the thing with, the meme where, she's covering the ear? And the guy says, Nesta is a terrible person. She's abusive to almost everyone around her and never apologized for it. And it shows Nesta's hands going like this. No, we acknowledge it. We literally acknowledge that she's abusive and that she's a terrible person to Feyre and to a lot of people except for Elain. We're not closing our ears to that. We understand that. Okay? Literally no one is saying that what Nesta did is okay. And that's the problem that anti-Nesta people have. They're like, you guys think what Nesta did is okay? You guys are excusing her behavior by saying she has PTSD. We're not trying to excuse her behavior, but we love her because of her bad behavior, because she is not a boring character, and that's why we're attracted to her as a character, is because she is so three-dimensional. She has her goods, she has her bads, and we love her for it. Another post says Amren actually liking Nesta is the most unrealistic thing. Firstly, I don't think it's unrealistic. Second, I think Amren understands Nesta, and that's why they're kind of friends. I wouldn't say she likes Nesta, or maybe she likes Nesta because she sees something in Nesta that's not in anyone else. And she understands Nesta, but I really don't think it's that unrealistic.